Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus Channel. The Rockwell B-1 Lancer ranks among the most groundbreaking bombers ever constructed. Debuting in the U.S. Air Force arsenal in 1986, this supersonic strategic bomber still serves as one of America's primary long-range strike aircraft and remains one of the most iconic planes in the military's lineup. The B-1 is distinguished by several unique features. For one, it's built more like a fighter jet than a traditional bomber. Its variable geometry wings are reminiscent of those on the F-14 Tomcat. Though the B-1 stretches almost 150 feet in length, with a wingspan of 137 feet. Capable of hauling up to 50,000 pounds of bombs externally and 75,000 pounds internally, the aircraft can also achieve speeds nearing 1,000 miles per hour. This enables it to breach hostile territory, deploy its payload, and exit the danger zone rapidly. However, such performance comes with some drawbacks. Supersonic aircraft of this magnitude are extremely rare. And with a maximum takeoff weight of 477,000 pounds, nearly every component of the B-1 endures immense stress even during brief sorties. As a result, the Lancer is known for requiring extensive maintenance. A single mission can translate into more than a week's worth of repairs and inspections. When possible, this work is done inside hangars tailored to the B-1's distinctive layout. Maintenance routines include daily evaluations by both ground and flight crews, standard station maintenance, and periodic depot maintenance. The last category encompasses both minor and major overhauls, and usually occurs every few years or after a set number of flight hours. During these intervals, nearly every system in the aircraft may be dismantled, reviewed, and reassembled as needed to prolong its service life. What truly sets the B-1 Lancer apart from earlier full-sized bombers is its supersonic speed capability. This is made possible by its 4 General Electric F1 Knot 1 GE, 1 Knot 2 afterburning turbofan engines, each producing up to 30,000 pounds of thrust. Maintaining these powerful engines requires relentless upkeep and routine testing, much of which takes place in a facility known as a hush house. These specialized buildings allow engines to be operated at full power while technicians and engineers conduct close analysis under safe, controlled conditions. Despite extensive phase maintenance, pre-flight inspections and servicing remain irreplaceable. In fact, the pre-flight process is considered among the most vital checks at any airbase, often viewed as the final safeguard against mechanical failures. This includes assessing the airframe for wear, corrosion, or damage that could endanger the aircraft's structure or performance. It also involves readying the aircraft for a specific mission, which can vary daily. If any part is found to be below acceptable standards, it must be fixed or swapped out on the spot. Otherwise, the entire sortie could be cancelled. Only once the maintenance team gives their final approval is the B-1 cleared for takeoff. Each mission requires a 4-person crew composed of an aircraft commander, pilot, offensive systems officer, and defensive systems officer. Because of the complex systems integrated into the aircraft, seamless coordination among the crew is essential for ensuring the Lancer performs its duties under a wide range of conditions. The B-1 Lancer has received a series of major upgrades over the years to preserve its effectiveness and survivability in today's combat scenarios, especially in the face of advancing aircraft technologies and modern air defense systems. Among the most significant of these upgrades is the reactivation and implementation of several external hardpoints beneath the fuselage. These allow the bomber to carry a broader variety of external weapons. Although these hardpoints were part of the B-1's initial blueprint, they went unused for decades until a key modernization effort in the early 2000s brought them into practical use. These external mounting stations greatly increased the B-1's armament loadout and mission versatility, enabling it to deploy weapons not commonly carried in its internal bomb bays. Included in these additions are the adaptable Mk-82 general-purpose bombs, Mk-62 quick-strike naval mines for anti-ship operations, and the cutting-edge AGM-158 Sea Long-Range Anti-Ship Missile, LRASM, engineered to strike valuable maritime targets from long distances. In contrast to many of the weapons stored internally, these externally mounted systems often offer greater range, superior guidance technologies, and larger explosive payloads, making the B-1 an even more capable multi-role attack platform. This enhancement also opens the door for the future deployment of next-gen standoff and precision-guided weapons, ensuring the B-1 continues to play a key role in both current and emerging battlefields. Thanks to its vast weapons load and exceptional range, the U.S. military used the B-52 Stratofortress extensively during the Cold War, Vietnam War, and conflicts in places like Iraq and Afghanistan. Originally developed in the 1950s, this durable bomber can fly as far as 9,000 miles while carrying up to 70,000 pounds of ordnance. That's a key reason why the U.S. military has flown the B-52 for over 65 years and intends to keep it in service for many more. Over the decades, the aircraft has received various upgrades to close the technological gaps needed for today's warfare environment. The B-52 requires several hours of preparation on the ground before takeoff. Although all aircraft undergo pre-flight checks, the B-52's age necessitates detailed inspections across every component. Ground crews and flight personnel meticulously examine its exterior, brakes, tires, and engines, and any fault discovered is addressed immediately. During the Vietnam War, the United States conducted sustained bombing missions using B-52 bombers, and despite the volume of sorties, only 31 were lost to enemy action. This is largely because the B-52 can release its payload shortly after becoming airborne. The original B-52 layout enabled it to carry conventional bombs that were dropped from its dual internal bays onto enemy targets. While effective, this design didn't allow for mid-flight changes to the weapon configuration. However, newer upgrades have introduced a system called the Common Strategic Rotary Launcher, or CSRL. This advancement not only supports a wide array of bombs, missiles, and smart munitions, but also gives air crews the ability to quickly switch between different types of weapons with the flip of a switch. CSRL significantly enhanced the bomber's combat capability and broadened mission adaptability. One major benefit of installing rotary launchers on the B-52 is that they can be fully loaded with weapons before installation. Loading the CSRL can take up to 11 hours, after which the launcher is placed on a trailer and transported by vehicle to the aircraft. Once there, the rotary launcher goes through detailed inspections and is aligned precisely beneath the aircraft's bomb bay. It is then slowly lifted and fitted into place. The final step in the process is carefully sealing the weapons bay.
Got it.
In September 2014, the U.S. Air Force highlighted its global strike capabilities during a nuclear weapons system evaluation program mission. An unarmed AGM-86B air-launched cruise missile, ALCM, was deployed from a B-52H Stratofortress flying over the Utah Test and Training Range. This mission demonstrated the Air Force's ability to retrieve an ALCM from storage, loaded onto a B-52 aircraft, perform a simulated combat operation, and successfully deliver the missile to its intended destination. In prior years, the U.S. Air Force has employed the long-serving B-52 Stratofortress to test-launch next-generation hypersonic systems like the Boeing X-51 Waverider. This cutting-edge unmanned vehicle uses a scramjet engine and is designed to fly at hypersonic speeds above Mach 5, around 3,000 miles per hour. True to its nickname, the Waverider travels by riding its own shock waves at high speeds, creating compression lift that helps it remain steady and airborne throughout its flight. The X-51 is unlike traditional aircraft in that it cannot launch independently. It is instead lifted into the sky by a modified B-52 and secured to a pylon under the aircraft's left wing, where external stores would typically be mounted, but outside of the internal weapons bay. Once the B-52 reaches altitude, the X-51 is released. after which it fires its booster to gain speed before activating its scramjet engine.
Good booster. Okay, can you see it?
This launch approach resembles that of conventional air-launched weapons, but the Waverider's design and mission are far more advanced, marking a vital step in the evolution of hypersonic technology and flight systems. On the 13th of June, 2011, the U.S. Air Force launched the X-51 from a B-52 Stratofortress over the Pacific Ocean as part of a flight test. The Waverider did reach hypersonic speeds slightly above Mach 5 during its flight. However, the test was cut short when its scramjet engine failed to reach full operational power. After repeated attempts to restore thrust, the aircraft ultimately plunged into the Pacific and was lost. The long-standing impact of strategic bombers, such as the B-1 Lancer and B-52 Stratofortress, reflects decades of technical innovation, mission adaptability, and long-range combat reach. The B-1, with its ability to fly at supersonic speeds, variable sweep-wing design, and enhanced external payload support, remains a flexible and capable strike platform for addressing emerging threats. At the same time, the resilient B-52 endures as a key player in strategic bombing, continuously upgraded with systems like the Common Strategic Rotary Launcher and serving as a testbed for advanced technology such as the X-51 Waverider. Together, these aircraft symbolize both the transformation of aerial warfare and the Air Force's steadfast pursuit of technological superiority in an ever-evolving global defense environment. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.